Okay, welcome back to my Let's Play of Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker on the PC. Yeah, we are in Radzethan. Or are we? I'm not really sure. Is Thavnair's the name of the island? I thought Radzethan is the name of the city. This is just like a little port town. Anyways. Right. We're here to find out some info. No, we got a Right, we got a request from the guy running the show here because of this spire over there. And there's lunar primals afoot. So we're here to scope out the situation. I don't know why we're mucking around in town so much when we could just go over to the spire, but alright. Let us talk to this big elephant dude. Matsia. If I may ask, what is it that you do? An adventurer, you say? You travel the world helping people. Then, that must mean you're great at dealing with strangers. Please, won't you teach me to be like you? You see, I've brought some fresh fish with me, the portion I couldn't preserve, and I want to sell them. The problem is, I'm terrible with people. I've ever only dealt with Kazal, and I can't talk to customers without getting my trunk in a twist. So please, as silly as it might sound, will you not peddle the fish in my stead and show me how it's done? Yeah, it seems like a great use of my time. If you're willing, please let me know and we can begin at once. Festival cannot be skipped. Great. You'll do it then. Show me how to deal with customers. I'm in your debt. Right, please try peddling my fish to, shall we say, 3 people here in Yedlamad. I'll observe you and learn. Yeah, they really like this escort mechanic. I like that this is now the 4th expansion. And we're still doing just like bullshit nonsense errands and stuff. Just like A Realm Reborn. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. Like, why the fuck would I agree to this? It's because I can't say no. The Warrior of Light cannot say no. It's kind of like, if you've ever read, like, The Way of Kings and stuff. Like, what the fuck's his name? Seth or whatever. How anyone holding, like, that stone just can tell him to do whatever they want, and he just cannot say no. That's basically the Warrior of Light, except everyone has a stone. Yes? Fish, fish, I got fish here. Fresh fish straight from the sea's bosom to your mouth. I'm sure your bosom fish are very fresh, but this is rather sudden. I don't need any fish right now, so thanks, but no thanks. Oh, no. Never mind. It never goes well the first time. I'm sure you'll fare better with the next customer. There was actually a wrong answer? That's a first. I picked it because I was just like, I figured there was no wrong answer, like always. Damn. A hawker, are you? Do you sell fruit by chance? If so, I want to buy some Amra. Let's say a dozen. They don't need to be export quality. What do you need so many Amra for? Why, for eating, of course. It may seem like a lot, but of late I go through that much in no time at all. I'm a stock taker by trade, but with no vessels coming these days, the wares are beginning to pile up. By the same token, nothing is coming in from overseas, but not a day goes by that someone doesn't come asking when the next shipment is arriving for this and this and this and that. All of it wears me down, and I find myself feeling constantly hungry. I know how you feel. Thank you. I pity you don't sell fruit, but I enjoyed our little chat. It took my mind off my troubles for a moment. Fuck. You can't just commiserate. Never mind. If nothing else, you left her with a positive impression. Let's move on to the north side of town, shall we? Now I'm not so sure if there's a wrong answer. But it feels like it's a wrong answer. First you gotta hit him the divination, then you hit him with the earthly star. Kapow! Alright, now we're ready to chat. What is it? If you don't mind, I'm rather busy. Ugh, gods, my stomach. Ugh. Ether sickness? No, nothing so unusual. In my hurry to get back to work, I just ate a little too quickly. Shit. I don't think fresh fish would settle your stomach. You should take it easier, eat more slowly, and savor your food. Would that I could, but I can't afford to be idle. Like as not, circumstances will surely get worse before they get better. So I'm working as hard as I can while I still can. The better to be prepared. How do you intend to prepare? They're stockpiling supplies. For that, I need to earn coins so I can buy food, medicine, what have you. How about some fish for your supplies? They're fresh caught. Alright, well, fish wouldn't be bad, but I don't want to go through the hassle of preserving them myself. I'd rather buy stuff that's ready to store. So I'm afraid I'll have to pass on your fish. Now, if you'll excuse me, I must be getting back to work. Alright, I don't think there's a right answer. Too bad we couldn't make a sale, but we did manage to build something of a relationship. Thank you so much for your demonstration. It was a truly eye-opening experience. Come, let us return to the pier. Well, you know. Not everyone is gonna buy. Can't get blood from a stone and all that. What? I have to escort this motherfucker? Back to the pier? He knows the way to the pier. He lives here. Actually, I don't think he lives here. Did he return to where... He might have returned to where I'm supposed to talk to him. He knew the way back. Oh, you're back. Yeah, okay. Here you go. Thank you so much for showing me how to talk to customers. Though you didn't manage to sell any fish in the end, but the way you fearlessly approached strangers gave me much courage. When I peddle my wares, I'll remember your example and endeavor to be fearless, too. Still, there's only so much I can do alone. I hope that things will return to normal for Kalzal soon. Thought I heard a familiar voice, and... Oh, yeah. Thought I heard a familiar voice, and who should it be but Matsuya? Look at how vibrant it is! Kalzal, have you finished your business at the guild? So you were there too. Forgive me. Try as I might, I can't find any buyers. With no ships coming in and hardly any going out, there simply aren't any options. At this rate. So, you can't buy my fish anymore? I'm sorry, Matsuya. I truly am. But for now, you must peddle your own goods. But by myself, I can't. I want to help you. I do. But as it stands, I can barely help myself. I've poured my all into the consortium, and I'll be damned if I let it fall apart. I've friends and families depending on me, and I can't, I won't fail them. The sisters is my witness. All's all. Not to worry. Using what I've learned from you, I'm sure I'll manage. Somehow. I'd best return to my village. My thanks again, and please take care on the road. Well, that was just a gigantic waste of time. I see you've been busy. Managed to learn a tidbit or two, I trust. As I just stand under this chocobo's asshole. Damn, this dude's sword is baller. Oh, shit. I was trying to click on him doing... I forgot I was in a dialogue. For another notable, if not wholly unexpected, discovery, disappearances and kidnappings are disturbingly commonplace. As before, the culprits are almost certainly tempered Imperial soldiers. And as before, they may use the faith of their hapless thralls to call forth a lunar primal. Business as usual for the Telophoroi. Oh, this is just... Oh, Edge of the Fiend is what... Okay. It's cool. Alright, so, I think I said at one point, maybe at the end of the last patch videos, I said that I was contemplating maining a tank for the expansion. And obviously, you know, we're not doing that. Part of the problem is that I don't have a tank at 80. I sort of gave up leveling day in and day out. Gunbreaker, I got pretty close. I don't know. I found that all the tanks are just pretty damn similar, and yeah, tank anxiety, and it's just, I'd rather experience it as a healer. Because if I continue the story of Final Fantasy XIV, Explorer is always going to be a tank. My plan, actually, if I do continue, was she was going to be a paladin up until the start of Heaven's Word, and then, with all, like, the shit that goes down at the end of the patch quests, she was going to get kind of, like, depressed, and she was going to then convert to a Dark Knight at the start of Heaven's Word, and carry that on through... probably right till the end of Heaven's Word, and then she might go back to Paladin for, like, the final boss. That was just the plan I had in my head. But anyways, continuing on. House of Divinities. That Matsuya fellow you were helping, he's Arkasodara, is he not? Apparently, it is almost exclusively his people that are being kidnapped. Should he be traveling alone? If summoning is this perpetrator's aim, it doth stand to reason that Arkasodara would be their primary targets. For 'tis the faith of their ancestors which prevaileth in this land, and many are devout adherents still. We'd better go after him. Akyali lies to the west, as I recall. The same direction as Kryle's acquaintance, incidentally. It's settled then. Keep your eyes peeled while we make for the village. Alright, we're finally venturing out during the heat of the day. Look at how bright. Look at how bright it is. Oh my god. Oh, whoops. Sort of wanted to keep going there. You do not see Matsuya nearby, but the elevated ground up ahead may provide a better vantage point. Okay. So we have to be on the lookout now for ether currents, of course. We're back to that. We do have a compass, but I'm sure there's already, like, maps available. You do not see Matsuya from here either. No, leave me alone. Help! Somebody help! Matsuya's voice, and it came from the north. Big ass elephants, bro. Damn, they look pissed. That's scary. Oh, here we go. Okay, let me just remember how to fucking play Astrologian, since I haven't practiced this at all. Easy. Thanks to this guy doing all the work. Where do they go? Why are you here? I see you found him in time. You and your friends came to look for me. I don't know how to thank you. On my way home, I took a moment to stop and rest. Think about what to do about, well, everything. And then those men came. Kidnappers. We'd heard that the Arcosodora were being targeted. Surely you have as well. Perhaps it's best if you took refuge in the city. We've considered it, me and the others, but fishing is all we know. The ocean, all we have. I see. That's your decision to make, but you should take care not to travel alone. A question, if I may. 'Tis our understanding that strange fiends have emerged from the tower. What canst thou tell us of these beings? Not much, I'm afraid. I have no idea what they are. But I've heard that some bear an unsettling resemblance to our divinities. For that reason, some have taken to calling the tower Zot. The Tower of Zot, baby. House of Divinities, in the old tongue, it means. But they're not true divinities. They're monstrous imitations that bring only death. To have one's faith so twisted is a grievous indignity, and full justified art thou in thine outrage. Know that 'tis for no other purpose but to neutralize the tower that we have journeyed to this land. In time we may be forced to contend with these false gods, and thus we would learn all we may about them. Wilt thou not tell us of thy divinities and their true nature? You've come all this way to save us. Really? To think I had you peddling fish. But to answer your question, yes, of course. We would gladly tell you about our gods. We, I say, because I'm a terrible storyteller, and I'd ask my fellow villagers to do it. So please, come to our village. We're good, gods-fearing folk, all of us, and we'd be honored to share our knowledge. And fish. What sayest thou? Shall we pay visit to Akyali? Wonderful. Just follow the road west and down the hill. You can't miss it. So, 'tis the simulacra of Thavnarian gods that are being summoned. If any doubt existed before, there can be none now. The kidnapped Hanish are imprisoned in the tower. I pray we will be able to save them. Though indeed, saving them will mean confronting their false gods, like as not. Aye, as you said, we do well to study their religious traditions. Jakyali. Yeah, doing these Final Fantasy XIV videos, like the whole thing, it's just been one long exercise in voice acting. That's really all it is. I mean, do other people that do Let's Plays and streams of this game, like, do they voice act it all out? Or do they just read it all just like normally, or do they just like stay silent so that people can read? I mean, that seems the worst option. Because it's tricky, like, for one, it's a little rough on my voice. And two, like, remembering the voices that I do for all the characters and, like, just flipping in between them. It's not the easiest thing in the world. Not to, like, brag or anything. I doubt it's very good. But, you know, I'm making an effort, is what I'm saying. But, you know, I enjoy it, I guess. Welcome to Agyali, my friend. The name means white beach, and there isn't much here save that, but please make yourself at home. Your companions have already begun talking to everyone. Feel free to show yourself around and do the same. Any one of us can tell you about our gods, but you could do worse than to start with Kanga and old Hasveda. They're free at the moment, as it happens. I've actually always been good about just reading text out loud, like, smoothly, like, without interruptions and pause it, and, like, just, you know, just reading text out loud. In fact, during, like, grade school, you know, teachers would call on people to, like, read stuff out of textbooks and things like that. I'd always get upset, like, when other people were picked, because I felt they were never as good as me. It was just like, let me do it. I'm good at this shit. Let me do it. Maybe that was a big sign of my future career. Reading text out loud. You wish to know about our gods? What a curious visitor you are. Most want fish. In any case, I'm happy to oblige. Now, I don't know how it is whence you hail, but our isle is home to many gods. They can be divided into two groups. The Manusya, beings of wisdom who assume the form of men, and the Murga, beings of might who assume the form of beasts. Together, they are divinities, their forms and personalities many and varied. Some are kind and gentle, others stern and temperamental, just like we mortals can be. All are possessed of great insight and experience, and by heeding their teachings, we strive to be better people and live better lives. Okay, I mean, that's kind of useful, I guess. Right, now, I mean, we're just gonna kill anything that looks at us funny, so whatever. Interested in learning about our gods, you say? That's what I like to hear. Prick up your ears then and listen. In ancient times, the Manusya and the Murga, deities who look like men and beasts respectively, were locked in conflict. Eventually, seeking the wisdom of the Manusya, the Murga cast aside their own heads and took up those of their foes. Likewise, the Manusya coveted the might of the Murga, and so they too resolved to trade heads. Thus were born new gods, possessed of both might and wisdom, and they ushered in an age of harmony between the two factions. From then on, as a sign of their esteem for one another, the Manusya have worn animal faces, and the Murga the limbs of men. Alright. There you are. Learned a thing or two about our gods, I trust. While you were all talking to the others, I remembered something that may be of interest. If you could let your friends know, I'll go and fetch it from my home at once. Apologies for the wait. I wish to show you this hanging scroll, which depicts 3 of our most revered deities.
By all means, we should like to see it.
Yep, those are definitely the 3 sisters. So, yeah, if you haven't known yet or figured it out, Final Fantasy IV was like the big inspiration for this whole expansion. They are Minutia. You heard about them already, yes? 3 sisters. The center one is the eldest, Sindruva, a goddess of wisdom. For this, alchemists hold her in the highest height. So that's Cindy. To her right is the middle sister, Sandruva, Sandy. As a goddess of wealth, she counts many traders among her followers. And then Mindy, yeah. On the left is Mindruva, her youngest sibling. She presides over the crafts, and so is beloved by weavers. Although each is worshipped for different reasons, the sisters are usually portrayed together in these works, which people keep in their homes for good fortune.
Like fashion to the Minutia, the deities of Eorzea preside over myriad aspects of life. And what of the Murga, if I may ask?
The Murga hold power over nature. In ages past, they were revered as guardian deities in times of conflict. If you have occasion to visit our temples and ruins, you'll find their images there. Among them is a god who possesses a Gaja's head, and he is venerated as the progenitor of the Akasodera. And then there are dragons. They occupy a special place in our history.
You worship dragons, too?
It's said that an ancestor of the Satrap, that's the ruler of Radzidhan, forged a covenant with a dragon divinity in ancient times. This divinity has since acted as the guardian deity of the Satrap. Legend holds that if ever the Satrap is in need, his dragon ally will fly to his aid.
Dragon ally. You claim to be a terrible storyteller, but nothing could be further from the truth. The passion you bear for your faith is plain to hear. I am confident the information you've given us will serve us well in our efforts to deal with the tower.
That is very kind of you to say. Thank you. I will pray for your success.
Right. I believe it's time we sought out Kryle's acquaintance, an alchemist by the name of Nidhana. According to Kryle's notes, we're to find her at a place called the Great Work, further north along the coast. It is sort of crazy that they're on the 4th expansion now. They've got, this is one of the most popular MMOs of all time. It's entirely, hailed for its story and characters and all that. It's I think it's the most profitable game that Square Enix has, I think. And yet they can't have voice acting for all the main story. It's a little wild. Is it a money issue, or is it is it a money for voice actor issue, or is it a money of hiring the managers and all that to compile all the direct the voice actors and compile all the scripts? And I know it's a shit ton of work. It's just unfortunate that they're not willing to go to that level.
Did you say you're going to see Nidhana? Oh, how I envy you. She's brilliant and beautiful, kind and understanding. And did I say she's beautiful? Ugh. I could stare at her dainty ears and adorable trunk all day. And those eyes. When you meet her, take care you don't drown in them.
Adorable trunk, eh? Alright, I'm on board with that. I like a girl with a nice trunk. Because, I mean, you know, obviously there isn't much work that goes into the graphics. They don't, you know, they're not revamping the graphical engine every time. The story is their main thing. There's a lot of other pieces involving the settings and the dungeons and the trials and the new abilities and new jobs. I mean, it's a massive production. It's just the voice acting, I think, would really... Because it's not like a whole new... It's not like they have no voice acting. It's an existing framework. Here we go. Nice. I feel like they probably think... did I go... No. I feel like they probably think that, like, they don't need... shit. To make a new MMO. Because this one is just growing and growing. And they feel that if they took the time instead of making new content to make a new MMO, that would be more detrimental to them. Either to their bottom line or to the, you know, the game or whatever the case. Rather than just keeping this and developing new expansions. I can't really fault it. Clearly it is working for them. I think today they hit their all-time Steam concurrent record of number of players. So, I mean, it's clearly working for them that more and more and more people are coming to the game and not minding the dated graphics. But, I don't know. Eventually it might catch up with them.
What happened here?
Their dress marks them as alchemists. I see no evidence of injury or poison.
Thinkest thou they but slumber?
I believe so. Whether it is by choice is another question entirely.
Oh, we have guests. You must excuse the poor welcome. Long days and longer nights have taken their toll, as you can see.
Yeah, I thought that was going to be a Dark Tower quote.
I am Vashan, servant to the satrap. My task was, in fact, to wake these good men and women, if you will allow. People of the great work, I come bearing new scales.
Scales? We have new scales?
Yes, my friends. Gather round. I have them right here.
Oh, happy day. Now I can continue my experiment.
Many thanks.
One for me. Those are dragon scales.
Yes, such materials are vital to their most pressing research.
And we are fortunate to have them. Our experiments are so close to bearing fruit. Soon we will have a talisman capable of nullifying the etheric emissions from that accursed tower. Did I say something wrong? Are you not here with Varshan? Wait, who are you people? Of course. You're the one Cryo sent. The warrior of light we've been waiting for.
Ah, this is a day of celebration. Praise be to Cinderova!
The winds have shifted. I feel it. The end to our toil is near.
I feel it too. My head hasn't been this clear in days.
Tell me, how did you acquire those scales?
Curious that it concerns you so. But worry not. They were freely given by the dragon with whom our satrap has forged a lawful pact.
That is well.
You must be quite familiar with Dragon King, yes?
Is this their congealed blood I see on your weapon?
Speaking of dragon blood, you yourself have been infused with it, have you not? I should like to draw a file or two, if so. Now, see here. Come along, come along. I must insist that you visit our laboratory.
Cease your shoving, or so help me.
Delightful.
Oh dear, your poor companion. What with the new scales and your timely arrival, my colleagues are a little giddy with excitement. No harm will come to him, I promise. Meanwhile, shall we find a quiet place to talk? As you may have guessed, I am Nidana, the alchemist who sent a request to your Mistress Cryo. We have workshops across the nation collaborating on this research project. But it is here, at the Great Work, where I collate our results.
Isn't it weird, like, if we all looked like these creatures, like, you know, we'd probably think she is pretty fucking hot. Wild. I mean, maybe you do already. I'm not judging. I'm just saying, like, in general. Like, if we were cats, we would know what a hot cat looked like. Alright, you know, we're... Alright.
Come with me, all of you, and I can explain the crux of the situation.
See, they can get in all their little humorous moments now at the start of the expansion. Because later there's all the running and the screaming. Did I attune here? That's the question. I did. I did. Ilsabat. Look how bright this is. God. Blinding. Allow me to thank you for answering our call. Many towers have appeared around the world, and we are grateful that you would assist us with ours. Though Kryler herself is tied up with another investigation, Mangg is an eminently capable substitute, and we will spare no effort to aid you. So, if I understand correctly, you seek to make talismans that can nullify etheric emissions. Indeed we do. As you know, the tower emits vast concentrations of ether. One cannot go anywhere near it without being tempered. As such, we can only study the tower from afar, and are powerless to deal with it in any consequential way. In order to strike back, the satrap bade us alchemists create enchanted talismans that will allow our soldiers to venture into the tower, even should they lack innate protection. Could such a thing be possible? Admittedly, we are still in the midst of testing, but we are quite confident. Even prior to this, our people have long pursued countermeasures against the etheric corruption of primals. Of the methods tested to date, those utilizing dragon scales proved the most promising. Owing to their etheric density, the scales are highly resistant to disruptive forces. The mightier the dragon, the greater the resistance. We seek to amplify this protective property through our alchemy. Thanks to the scales provided by His Excellency, we have been able to make steady progress with the talisman. Soon we will be ready to conduct a field test, and here is where you and your blessing of light come in. Better than having my blood drawn, I suppose. Aha, perhaps so. And knowing my colleagues, they won't be satisfied with blood alone. But as for your task, we ask only that you serve as an escort. I will explain in greater detail later, but you will be venturing into the tower's field of influence. And so, for your own safety, I would first test how well your blessing shields you. With your permission, of course. In that case, Urianger and I will find other ways to make ourselves useful. Seeing as you all work to the point of collapse, I suspect you could do with more hands. We would be grateful for any assistance you can provide. If you are ready, then let us put your blessing to the proof. If you exit the Great Work and turn south, there will be a hill to the right. I will meet you at the top after seeing to some preparation. I mean, this is really pretty vibrant. Maybe it's too bright. Let me see. So another popular one that everyone uses is OMG Eorzea. That definitely dulls it down a bit. Yeah, I mean, it brings it down to more manageable levels, I suppose. Might be too dull at night, though. I don't know. We'll see. We'll give it a test. I hope you didn't have trouble finding this place, or climbing the hill. Not all are accustomed to the physical strain. I give you the fruit of our sweat, tears, and many a sleepless night, the drunken Deepa. A Deepa is a lantern presented to the gods as an offering. Taking inspiration from the tradition, we created this device to test the talisman's efficacy. Upon activation, it will move a certain distance before emitting a powerful blast of ether. In lieu of corruption, those lacking sufficient protection will experience severe ether sickness. For your test, you will be exposed 4 times. That should be enough to ascertain your blessing's protective capability. These begin whenever you're ready. I shall be observing from a safe distance. But I'm not immune to ether sickness. Commencing etheric exposure testing. Repeat, commencing etheric exposure testing. Retreat to a safe distance if you are not the subject. I don't know. And there's still some crazy-ass flickering. I mean, that's... I'm pretty sure it's showing up on the recording. That's unacceptable. I don't know what exactly the cause of that is. I mean, this is the worst I've ever seen. You are struck by a powerful blast of ether, but suffer no ill effects. Alright, there you have it. Subject has no irrepressible urge to empty their stomach. Confirm. Resuming test. Please follow. I mean, that's bad, dude. Is there... Is there a way to just turn off? Probably. Probably. Shader toggle. Shift F3. Okay, so that's without it. It's still... So it's not G-Shade that's fucking it. It's something with the actual game. That's very annoying. I don't know... I mean, I don't... You know, I don't know enough about graphics and computers and shit. Other than just, like, flipping around every setting and just seeing if anything ever helps. And then if it doesn't change, you just... Nope, still flickering. I mean, I can do this, on my own as well. Nope, still flickering. It wouldn't be a shadow issue, I don't think. But I don't know what it would be. It's not glare. Tessellation? No. It annoys me, man. Nope. That. Occlusion culling. No, definitely not occlusion culling. Fuck. I don't know. Alright, we'll look into it later. It's just annoying. Because I don't really recall it being this bad in the past. This is almost unplayable. You are struck by another powerful blast of ether, but suffer no ill effects. Subject stomach and bowel integrity holding. Confirmed. Resuming test. Please follow. Mama's so dumb she got hit by a parked car. That is pretty dumb. Oh, this flicker, it's like epilepsy. There's an epilepsy warning on this stuff. You are struck by yet another powerful blast of ether, but suffer no ill effects. The blessing of light appears to be keeping you safe from harm. Subject fortitude rated impressive. No irregularities. Confirmed. Resuming test. Please follow and brace for final discharge. Oh god, it's so bad. Stop it. You are struck by the strongest blast of ether yet, but survived completely unscathed. Etheric exposure testing concluded. Please collect and deliver me to the supervising alchemist. Congratulations on retaining your composure and your humors. Ah, you've returned, and not on your knees. A promising sign. But come, let me take the depot off your hands. Thank you. I shall replenish its ether for when we test the talisman. So, no dizziness or nausea or anything of the sort. You're feeling perfectly fine. Then the strength of your blessing is beyond doubt. There is no risk that the tower will corrupt your ether. With this, we can request your aid for the task ahead with easy hearts. Nice. It's really like debate if I want to continue this video with this flickering. It's not happening right now. Oh, no, there it was. Yeah, I don't know. I did change a couple settings in like the NVIDIA control panel that was recommended, but maybe it's fucking. Maybe fuck. I can flick some. I think I have to restart the game for this to. I don't know. I don't think that'll change anything right now without restarting. And restarting the game is basically an hour process at this point. So that's pretty rough. That is pretty rough. God. Alright, let's do one more. Shadowed Footsteps. You are a capable warrior too, are you not? Would you be amenable to assisting me with another errand? You see, our talisman requires the use of a special ink, but we have exhausted our stores of a key ingredient for it, spirit weed. The herb grows not far from here, and I would like to go and harvest some. With the recent spate of kidnappings, however, we Arcasodra travel alone at our peril. Will you not come with me as my escort? I would compensate you for your troubles, of course. I'm in your debt. Without further ado, let us head to Kajaya's Footsteps. It is situated on the road which runs east of the Great Work. Final Fantasy X-3. My problem with Final Fantasy X-3, if it ever did happen, is that it probably would not be... the gameplay would probably be the same as, like, 15 and 7 Remake. And it's just like, I don't really care. I don't like Final Fantasy X because of the characters and the setting. I like it because it has, like, you know, some of the best gameplay in the series. I may simply be imagining it, but I feel as though we're being followed. Look out, Mangg! Oh, shit. Okay, now I really have to remember. So we're just smashing the dots. Oh, so there's always going to be other people around, so I don't really have to do much. Just throw out some gravities. Have a good time. Throw down an earthly star. It's definitely way too loud. Combat's way too loud. Alright, good to know. Now we know. See, now we know. Now we know. Sound effect needs to be like 20 or something. Gods, but that gave me a fright. To think that the moment I ventured outside the safety of the work. Thank the sisters I asked you to come with me. You're all right, I hope. Yeah, I'm fine. Good, good. Let's continue on then. It isn't far now, just through these pillars and up the rise. It's pretty crazy if they actually did put out 10.3, like in the near future. Because they've got, you know, their whole team working on this. They've got Final Fantasy 16 being worked on. They've got the 7 remake being worked on. Not to mention all the other shit they handle. And here we are, Kajaya's Footsteps. Kajaya was a great dancer, and those who follow in her, well, you know, they come to this place to train, dedicate their dance to the ancestors. A happy benefit of this is that spirit weed grows here in abundance. I will set about harvesting at once, if you would be so good as to stand guard. Kidnappers aren't like to return soon, but better safe than sorry. Really shouldn't have general chat involved. There's probably going to be someone be spouting spoilers soon enough.
Yes, that would be Radzad Khan. Hardly anyone has been allowed in or out since our troubles with the tower began. The faithful citizens huddle inside the city walls, and commerce has all but ground to a standstill. I pity the satrap, the trials he must be facing.
What can you tell me of the satrap?
Well, he is the most important person in Radzad Khan. Long ago, this island was home to two tribes of Matanga, the Gajasura and the Arkasodra. When the Aura came to these shores, it was the Arkasodra with whom they joined forces. Together they defeated the warlike Gajasura, forcing them to flee Thavnair altogether. Peace and prosperity reigned for a time, until a clan of Hjor from the mainland decided they wanted the island for themselves. It was a direct ancestor of the present satrap who arbitrated that conflict and welded the warring factions into the nation we know today. And ever since, a member of that esteemed lineage has inherited this somewhat unique position. You see, by and large, the state is run by the people, but when problems arise, it is the satrap who mediates a solution. The stability provided by the satrap is what has allowed Radzad Khan to thrive all these years. And it was the satrap himself who entrusted us with this duty. We will not fail him, nor our countrymen.
What is the delay with the vessel? I told you I need to adjust those ratios. I come all this way to admire one of my splendid towers, and what do I find? Fools attempting to ward off its tempering influence with magic trinkets. I seem to recall a similar experiment in ages past. What was that man's name? Oh, something? Owen? Another body, another time. Who could be expected to remember every trivial detail?
Allowing them to construct such handy talismans would be counterproductive to my plans. And yet, I find myself deathly curious. How will they manage this feat with the limited knowledge and resources at their disposal? Complications be damned. For we cannot escape the nature of our souls. And I, as ever, am my own worst enemy.
Yeah. It's gonna be hard to top M itself. It's always frickin' nighttime, man. Hate it. See, if it was a single-player RPG, you just have, like, some wait button. Wait till daytime, or just mod it so it was never nighttime. It's kind of annoying. when I was recording for the story videos, sometimes I would, like, go away from the computer, like, when talking to an NPC, And so then, or like after finishing talking to an NPC, but then, I don't know why I cared so much, but for continuity's sake, I didn't want it to suddenly flip from daytime to nighttime, like at partway through a conversation. So I'd have to just sit there and wait in game until it to pass like back into daytime so I could continue the conversation on camera. Yeah. I cared way too much. I have enough spirit weed to last us a good while. Thank you for keeping watch. Let us head back to the great work, shall we? That's why we pay $100. We could turn on character lighting. That might help with the nighttime stuff. There's that character lighting. So that's full character lighting. I mean, just so you can see good old Mangg a little better. Mangg, my thanks again for your assistance. With your help, we're that little bit closer to completing our talisman. This isn't much, but please accept it as a token of my gratitude. Alright. Yeah, we'll just leave it on... leave it on battle chat, I guess. Whatever. I mean, I might as well just, like, minimize it. It's not like we really need it. Alright, so we'll leave it off here. I'm gonna try to look into the flickering issue, because it was even flickering during, like, the cutscene I saw. So, I don't know what exactly it is, but I'll look into it. But for now, my name is Mangg. Game watching has been Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker. See you fine folks in the next part.